Hey guys, what's going on? It's Trajan. This is Journey into Mystery number 1, The Birth of Krakoa. Now, Krakoa, obviously a play on words on Krakatoa, which was an island in the Pacific which I believe has one of the biggest volcanic eruptions. I believe it happened either in the 1840s, something like that, where the island actually blew its top off and then created another island next to it with all the lava that it spewed. And I think it fucked up the world's weather for a little while too. It was a big deal, I remember. I think I learned about in second grade or something. But anyway, so we have the birth of Krakoa, the island that walks. Now, if you are an astute reader of X-Men, I believe it might not have been Claremont X-Men. I think it was Lee Wayne, whatever his name was. But the X-Men were actually assembled to go investigate this island way back in the 70s. I remember I was going through the old X-Men books and reading about it, and I was like, oh, Krakoa, I remember this guy. So this was an impulse buy. Obviously, my voice is weird because I've been sick for the past week, and this is like the first time actually. Even yesterday, I felt horrible. That's why my video was kind of like out of control. But so yeah, so we have this. But this was an impulse buy. I like Journey into Mystery. I saw that this had to do with Nick Fury and the Howling Commandos. I've been reading some old Howling Commandos stories on Marvel Unlimited, so I really like the characters. So I decided to check it out, and it didn't. It's written by Dennis Hopeless. Did not disappoint. This is actually really good. It's definitely a callback to the old style comics. The writing is very different. It has that more obtuse, fast paced writing. Old comics in general, the way it used to work was that each book took place among a bigger timeline. So, for instance, current day comics, you'll have one book, and in the book will be like 3 hours in universe. In old comics, you'd have one book, and like 3 weeks would pass by, and they would have two panels dedicated to like every like couple of hours. This is very similar. The only problem with that is that we get this obtuse style of writing. By that, what I mean is that they explain everything to you. The dialogue is very abrupt and to the point, and it doesn't happen the way that conversations naturally happen, but it's a necessity for the book itself, which I think is fine because as long as you're telling a good story, we can forgive that. If you read Giant Sized X-Men Volume 1, the story takes place over the course of, I think, a couple months. So you need that to keep occurring because they're going around the world, they're getting the different X-Men, they're having an establishing shot, and then a shot where they talk to the X-Men, and maybe a shot where the new X-Men decides whether or not they want to come. So, and the decisions are made in between one panel. It's crazy. So, all right. But anyway, this was really, really, really good. This cover is not original. This is a very tired, old kind of. You see the skull in the background. Very Venture Brothers-esque, and the Venture Brothers obviously stole that from Johnny Quest, who stole it from pulp serial novels from the 1940s. So this is definitely a callback. I'm not saying it's stolen. It's not stolen. I wouldn't say so to speak, but it's a definite homage to these old style comics, which I really liked, and the whole thing continues. You have this very melodramatic intro page. It really sets the tone. I liked it. Kind of the washed out colors really adds to it. The yellows, the washed out greens, kind of pastels. So we begin Nick Fury and his Howling Commandos. This whole thing is trying to establish that the Commandos are very in demand and that Nick Fury is a really good leader because he purposefully tells his command that, oh, I'm hitting an electrical storm right now. I'm going to have to wrap around it. It's going to be we'll be there, but it's going to be a couple of hours. And he's giving his men time to sleep. So we see that Nick Fury is really a leader that we would want to be with. X-Men Black, this looks like trash, although I'm probably going to end up buying the Magneto cover. Anyway. And I'll read it, because why not? I'm not going to just buy it for the cover. I'm going to post it, like fucking put it on the thing. And put it on my wall. So, they're flying to this island, and like the 1940s, we're doing nuclear missile tests, and a nuclear bomb is dropped. It hits the plane, or the plane gets hit with kind of feedback from the bomb, and everybody needs to jump out. Fury stays on the plane, and tries to bring it to land. I just got a text. Now, the big thing here is that everybody jumps out. We have our old cast of characters. We got Gabe, we got Dum Dum, we got Izzy, who's somewhere around there. Anyway, it takes a very Lovecraftian turn. A lot of body horror. I kind of like that because we don't really see that often. And it's one of the true kind of motifs of this style of writing, which I found very interesting. So you got radiation that's fallen. The mud is glowing. Gabe takes some mud. He's investigating it. Rubs it on his pants. Let us continue. They're looking for Nick Fury. Nick Fury is not on the plane. Guy's going crazy. Very Lovecrafty in this book. I really appreciated this. Izzy's going crazy. They're trying to calm him down. They're looking for food. And then boom. Oh shit, Gabe. What's wrong with you? Gabe is now growing into a mothman. a moss monster. So Dum Dum's going to try to help him with that. Nick Fury fell into a hole and he's trying to climb out of the hole. And the hole is closing up. So we have this idea that the island is alive. The island is preventing you. They have to do this right now, don't they? They have to do this right now outside my window. The island is preventing you from leaving. So the island is sentient. Let's continue. We got some of the troops going around, looking around for food, for water, for sustenance. And they're transforming. We're already dead. Kind of the despair, the Lovecraftian despair that is sinking into these men. This is a really good book. This is really fucking good. Like you don't get this. Like what are you gonna read? You're gonna read Domino number 6 and get and experience this? Absolutely not. Dennis Hopeless did a great job on this. I'm really surprised. So he's trying to help Gabe, and it just keeps coming. It keeps growing. We have Dum Dum with the kind of like, get back here, soldier. Like, we're going to help you out. Never leave a man behind. I appreciate that. Then we have Nick Fury going to the heart of Krakoa and finding what I presume is the heart of Krakoa. Whatever, anyway. But they get to a little argument. Now, this is the only part I didn't like. Because they spent a long time setting it up and setting the scene, and then they kind of just end it. And the ending was very rushed. But if you read these old Nick Fury and Helen Commando comics, and these old X-Men comics, even pre-Claremont X-Men comics, the endings were always rushed. It was just kind of like, yeah, and it ended, and everybody was happy, and that was it. Like, it would always be like one page. So, but I stay true to the source material. But I feel like these next 2 pages could have been cut out, and maybe they could have extended the ending a little bit. But anyway, so we got Gabe. They're shooting at him. We have this panel, which, God, shook me a little bit. Like, just the utter, just like, kill me now, normie memes. Like, it was crazy. I was like, they let Marvel publish this book? What? Shocking. Krakoa comes alive. This is the avatar of Krakoa, the island itself. And they come to an agreement. Beautiful. Nick Fury is in his chest, and he says, we have come with a deal. Because the whole point of the island wants to be left alone. So the next time, I thought that they were going to feed people to the island. I was like, oh shit, this is going to be nuts. But no, I think the idea is that they kind of just say, like, look, your test failed, your pilots suck, leave the island alone. And it works. So, and then you have the little island of Krakoa there, like, happy. And then, classic, it was saved by Nick Fury and his Howling Commandos. And really good. I really enjoyed this. It was $4.99, which, whatever. I feel like something like this should be $3.99. But it was really fucking good. I really enjoyed it. So it was definitely a callback to these old comics. I feel like they should be doing these, like, way more often. These kind of one-shots that, yeah, you have to kind of, like, extend it. You have to kind of, like, condense what could have been a 2 or 3 issue storyline into 1 issue. But it comes out better, I think. And it just, the whole thing just, I don't know. I really appreciated this. Really gave me hope for Marvel, even though I really don't have any hope for Marvel anymore. And let me know what you guys think. Did you like Journey into Mystery? Do you like this kind of old style writing style? Do you think it needs to make a comeback? This current contemporary modern writing style that they're doing, it's too filled with these outdated memes. It's too filled with just, you could tell the writers think they are way more clever than they actually are. And this kind of just sets the stage and just says, hey, we're just going to go a straight adventure. Follow me, and we're going to make it through this, and it's great. Let me know what you guys think. Like, share, subscribe. Did you like Journey into Mystery? Did you give it a chance? It's only a one-shot. Why wouldn't you buy it? I would recommend it. Go pick it up. You got $5 extra to go pick it up. I think it's a little overpriced for what it is, but in this day and age, stuff like this is a novelty. We're not going to get this that often. Yeah. Like, share, and subscribe. You can follow me at Trajan Channel. Hopefully I feel better. I think I'm going to might record 2 more videos, though, and post them throughout the week. And I will catch you all later. Venture Brothers.